This is part 2 of the solar eclipse astrology and exploration. So in this video we're going to focus on how we can use those scorpionic energies. In the first video we were talking about the Scorpio personality and the depths of it all, and now I'm going to focus on how you can use those energies, how you can ride the wave, so to speak. This is how we all know a solar eclipse looks like, a full solar eclipse. And I remember the first one I experienced. I was a preschool child, 4 or 5 years old, and I remember the world going dark. And then we had this glass, this dark glass we were looking through to see the sun being covered up by the moon and then coming back out. So it was a very deep, impactful moment. And I believe we all have this kind of secret, mysterious connection to the event of a solar eclipse. I know people travel around the world to experience solar eclipses. So there's really something about it. Another reason why solar eclipses are so impactful is because they're so related to our consciousness, to the life-giving consciousness of the life force, the center of the universe, represented by the sun. So the solar eclipse is thought as rebooting our conscious mind, our way, our ability to look at things. So, you know, like sometimes when your computer gets all plugged up with something, doesn't work anymore, sometimes it helps just shutting it down and having it reboot. So this is kind of what solar eclipses are for the conscious mind. It's like a rebooting of consciousness. So again, this next new moon solar eclipse is in Scorpio, happening November 3rd at 4:49 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is Shakti Carola Nevrin, your host for today. And I'm an evolutionary professional astrologer. I've been doing astrology for 35 years now. I'm also a published author, and I live on Maui. So today we're going to focus on to the practical applications. So to get the archetype discussion, you might want to go to part 1 video where we discuss Scorpio personality in depth. So no matter how you're tuned into the present astrological climate, but especially if you have any planets in Scorpio, this information will be really useful for you. Now I'd like to get to what we can do with all that, with having those energies right in our face this month. So how to ride the wave with Scorpio. It's all about revisiting Pluto-related areas and themes in your life. So for that, it's a really good time for some courageous, emotional self-investigation. Because remember, it's all about those underlying structures, what we are maybe not as aware of. So one good question to ask yourself is, what are your deepest fears? Because if we really know what those are, then we can be prepared, then we can be conscious and decide how we want to deal with it. And usually where we're holding back has to do with strong emotions, with inner fears. So this is a month for some honest inquiry and self-investigation and connecting with those strong emotions, connecting with your inner fears and insecurities. So this is a wonderful month to do some deep inner healing work. So it's a month to do some therapeutic sessions. If your relationship could use some support, go find somebody as a neutral person to help you. And then there's this whole field of physical healing, which is of course connected with our emotional well-being, with our psychology. So this month you can be extra successful when you tackle some kind of deep cleanses. So one of my favorite to do once a year is colon therapy, where you can do a week or 10 days where you are on a special detoxing diet and you do the colon flushes, and it really cleans out a lot of hardened debris from your colon, and your belly gets actually small afterwards. And yeah, I think it's a very necessary and smart thing for us to do because we are so overwhelmed. Our physical body is so in need of getting detoxed with all the plasticizers and pesticides and chemicals and processed food, all the stuff in the water, everything we're exposed to an extent what never was around humans in history. So we have to be smart to get it out, to take care for our physical body. So also coffee enemas are a good way if you do it once or twice a week to kind of give your liver a break and have your liver flush out the build-up toxicity. It shouldn't substitute, excuse me, the once a year colon therapy, which is much more in depth. But the coffee enemas I look at is kind of a weekly hygiene matter. So check it out. One thing we have a lot of this month is Scorpio energies, plenty of it. So first of all, we have the sun moving into Scorpio October 22nd, and we have the new moon solar eclipse November 3rd, but also we have the Mercury retrograde in Scorpio October 21st. And that means that a lot of consciousness, sun, and a lot of thinking and integrating and rethinking is the potential with these Scorpio energies in your life. So with Mercury, it's about thinking. With Mercury retrograde, it's about rethinking what it takes to stay healthy. And I'm a fan of Dr. McCullough, and she kind of brings it down to 4 aspects. One is optimize your diet and have natural food, organic food, not much processed food, fermented foods, and you can learn about that. There's a great book out there, The Body Ecology, where I learned to do my own fermented vegetables, which is a much better way than taking probiotics, because most of the time when they get to you, they're already dead. So anyway, so your diet, what you eat, is obviously super important. Then the other area he's pointing towards is exercise regularly. So at least 5 days out of 7, we need to exercise. We have such a lazy lifestyle with sitting on our butt in front of the computer for hours and hours. So we need to balance that. We need to keep the circulation going. We need to do aerobic. We need weight bearing and all that. So then we need to get plenty of restorative sleep. So I think around 8 hours, that's probably what you should do, but many people have much less than that, which means you take away the ability to your body to fix things, to balance things out during your sleep. So then he talks about have good stress busting outlets. What means you learn to meditate, you do yoga, you learn to center yourself into balance. EFT is a nice way with activating specific acupressure points in your system to help you balance. And then he talks about optimize your vitamin D levels. So a high percentage of Americans are low in vitamin D. And I think they talk about nowadays that we do need 5,000, I don't know what it is, it's not milligram, but some kind of units. So you might want to research that a little. And Dr. McCullough is definitely somebody I read on every day because I'm on his newsletter list. So I'm getting every day a newsletter, and I found him pretty amazing. As a gemstone expert, I also want to give you the true birthstone for the month, or one of them. And this is the opal. Opal is the stone of transformation. It has all these deep layers of sparkles and light coming out of the depths, and it's one of the most interesting and seemingly changing stones. So they come in the whole rainbow, and just go with the color range you feel attracted to. So the high potential of Pluto we call the phoenix out of ashes. And this is what we're striving for this month, that in the area of your life where you feel ready to let go something of the old you don't need anymore, you can charge out of that into a new level, a new dimension of self-expression. I also want to remind you that wherever we are in life, this is our starting point. So every journey starts with the first step. So if you want to integrate any kind of energy, Scorpio energies or not, you need to be kind of very self-conscious of where you are, who you are in this moment of time. And then you have a choice. You can take that step in the direction you want to take it, and you can enjoy the journey. So have fun. Don't forget to sign up for your subscription if you haven't done so yet, so you will be in the loop for upcoming forecast videos. You can also go to my website and sign up for my newsletter on mauiastrologyreading.com, where you will then get access to your free Love Stone report, which is based on your Venus position in your birth chart and your horoscope. So if you love gemstones, this is a nice way to find out more about that. So now, please give me thumbs up if you liked it. And of course, if you want to use astrology in a much deeper way, then you want to consider an astrological reading with me with your birth chart. I do readings online through Skype. I have people all over the world, and I always get a kick out of it to talk with people half around the planet. So if that is of interest for you, send me an email. Head over to mauiastrologyreading.com to read a little bit more about what I have to offer. And you can call, I'm in Hawaii, 808-878-8182, and check in with me. I always love to hear feedback. Leave me a comment, let me know what you want me to talk about, because it's really important for me to hear back, because I'm talking to this empty space. So let me know you're out there and connect with me. Thanks so much for visiting with me today, and I really hope you enjoyed this. And as we say on Maui, aloha.